Well, the economic freedom fighters held a meeting for the top structure at Birchwood Hotel in Boksburg to discuss and reflect on a range of issues. EFF leader Julius Malema will be appearing in the Randburg Court next week. Let's get the very latest now and bring in Natasha Phiri, who's been covering this story for us. Natasha, a very good afternoon to you. It's been a busy day for you, getting various reactions from various political parties. We heard you talking to the SG of the ANC earlier on. This meeting with the EFF, what was on the agenda?
Definitely a very busy day for me today, Blade, as you correctly cited. Well, there were a number of issues that the EFF had actually deliberated on and still reflected on. We know that the CCT meeting, the Command Central meeting, will actually take place over a period of 2 days, starting today and then ending tomorrow. But first and foremost, as you all know, that those local government elections are actually taking place next year between August and November. And the EFF has said that this meeting is actually to adopt a strategy for these local government elections. The Deputy President of the EFF quite confident and quite adamant there that victory is actually certain for the party, who, you know, in last year's national elections, its membership actually grew. They also spoke on other issues, mainly the medium-term budget policy, which is to be tabled on Thursday by Finance Minister Tito Mboweni. They had said that, listen, as the EFF, they're not actually expecting much. The Deputy President there of the EFF, Floyd Chibambu, labeling it as a disastrous and suicidal route of taking budget cuts instead of, you know, coming up with means and ways of creating more jobs in our economy instead of, you know, jobs being lost. Also saying that the party is actually not happy, you know, with a number of issues around, you know, the Finance Minister Tito Mboweni. As you know, that the EFF were quite vocal, Blaine, this week, lashing out at the Finance Minister and criticizing him, calling his actions of, you know, hiring and employing the former editor Ranjeni Munsame as reckless. And they've even went as far as calling her a spy. As you know, that she was implicated at the State Capture Commission last year by a senior Hawks official who had claimed or alleged that 140,000 rand, over 140,000 rand was paid for a debt of a car that she had actually owned. On issues of, you know, just going over into Africa, specifically Nigeria, with the current crisis in the country, with lots of people protesting against SARS there. He had said that the AU chair, which is President Cyril Ramaphosa, must come out more clearly in condemning those particular issues. We're still waiting for, you know, more reactions in regards to the issues and the tensions there that are escalating between Egypt and Ethiopia. But moving and coming back onto South Africa, with the recent arrest of the Hawks, we saw the Deputy President of the EFF, Floyd Chibambu, saying that the Hawks must continue to actually do their job. They must continue with the arrests, not only arrests only, but prosecutions of these people, so that South Africa could actually see what is being done, you know, the work of the Hawks that is being done, and somewhat to also inspire confidence among society that indeed law enforcement officials are actually working, and that those who are caught on the wrong side of the fence must actually face the music. We're told, I'm just hoping that an EFF official is actually coming. They said they would actually join us to just, you know, deliberate and talk on other issues further. We're told, I think Gojit Gaidi will be coming to join us soon to actually deliberate on much of these issues.
As they say in the business, let's pad until that happens. But I want to get you know, what Mr. Chibambu had said with regards to what we can expect. We understand Mr. Julius Malema will be in court this week, Randburg Magistrates Court, facing this assault charge. What are we learning in terms of what we can expect, not only inside court but outside?
Well, he didn't speak much on the issue. He actually touched on the issue of DA MP Natasha Phiri taking the MP Umbuyiseni Dlozi to court over a song that she had said was actually inciting violence in Senegal, where we saw members of the EFF just descending upon the Free State town of Senegal. But as expected, we could expect that more EFF supporters will be out supporting the CIC Julius Malema, as we've quite seen in the past. I mean, my colleague Abongile Dumako and Samgele Maseko have been, extensively covering the story. And every time, Blaine, where he goes and covers those stories, you could expect more EFF supporters. We've seen the last court appearance before they actually went to Senegal. There were dozens of, or more than dozens of EFF members outside the Randburg Magistrates Court. In time past, they have vowed that they will shout Johannesburg down. And I mean, seeing what they did in Senegal, you could somewhat expect the same type of presence to actually be outside, the Randburg Magistrates Court.
Natasha, the EFF didn't have a concrete reaction with regards to what President Donald Trump has said about the dam being built on the Nile River.
We're actually waiting for that response particularly. I decided not to go and stay behind for that. I'd posed the question to the Deputy President of the EFF, Floyd Shibambu, but he hasn't, given me an answer. So I suppose the right person to actually speak to would be Gojit Gadi, because as you know, I mean, he is tasked with dealing with issues of international relations within the party. But I mean, Blaine, just to give you a background, I mean, the EFF has actually called for the unification of Africa, the African continent, and the borders to actually be open. So I mean, we could actually expect quite a strong stance or reaction from the EFF in regards to that matter. So I guess we'll just have to patiently wait and see and hear what Gojit Gadi has to say.
All right, you know what, let's let you go. You can go on and secure Mr. Gadi. We'll come back to you when you have that interview to get that tech. Natasha Phiri, appreciate you reporting as always. All right, the ANC Secretary General, Ace Makashule, has been conducting a door-to-door